Hello and welcome back to the Football Manager Community League, a league built by players with a focus on the players. Today we have update number 10, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. Starting off in the Eredivisie, we have Feyenoord at the top after 14 games played, only a 2-point gap over PSV. Nice clean game coming in from Vitesse, with Yankee De Luger comes in with a 7.8 rating and an assist, giving him enough to get in the team of the week. Go ahead, Eagle reserves center back Ronald Koeman bangs in a goal from the back line, which is ever so rare to see from a center back. Back to Vitesse with their reserve team. Gerardo Bentancur gets an assist of his own from central midfield. Young Feyenoord Sven gets his own assist in a come-from-behind 3-1 win over Voldenheim. In another one of his games, however, Sven gets himself another assist, a 7.4 rating, giving him 2 for this week. Off to La Liga now, Real Madrid holds a game in hand and a 4-point lead over their city rivals. La Liga 2, Elche holds a 3-point lead, but second place Granada could easily catch up with a win from their own game in hand. First group of Primera Federación, Barcelona's B is on track for an invincible season and holds a comfortable 2-game lead. Speaking of Barca B, DSZH gets the only goal for them in a 1-1 draw against Leonesa. Clarence King also gives himself a goal in a super sub performance for the Barca B squad, being the only goal at the 64-minute mark. Move on to Group B of the Primera Federación, and we say Real Santander and Algeciras in a draw at 33 points. Atletico B's squad, we see Alexis Aslana put in a goal at the 16-minute mark. Girona's U19 squad, we see Febdino Santos get himself an assist with a 7.1 match rating before being subbed off. In another match, we see Amas give himself a goal in a 7.8 matchday rating. Not done with this squad yet, though, as we see Hamas and Santos take to the pitch a third time. And Santos puts in a spectacular result with a goal and assist. This knocks him up with an 8.2 rating on the day, which gives him the man of the match. Off to the Supersport NHL, and we see Dinamo Zagreb running away with it with a 6-point lead. Flavie Rovis, playing for Itro 1961, was caught off the bench in order to save a draw. Siek U19 squad, we saw Anthony Hernandez put in a stunning performance, grabbing himself an assist and a goal of his own. Hernandez took to the pitch once again and managed to give out another assist despite an otherwise average performance. A third time to the pitch gives the young player a third assist and an above average performance, and you begin to wonder how much this team is just Hernandez. Off to Greece now, we see PAOK holding a 2-point advantage over their opposition with a game waiting to be played. AEK's U19 squad is our primary focus for now, though, as we see George Panagiotopoulos grab himself a goal and assist. Liga Portugal, it's a battle at the top between Porto and Benfica, with the outside looking in. The Taça de Portugal placard is in the 5th round now, with teams like Benfica, Porto, and Sporting still in it to win it, hoping to earn some silverware. In the Cup, we saw Owen Bryant Porto dominate Mirandena in a 4-0 game, with Bryant getting a goal. Benfica's U19 had a similarly dominant performance, and Lorenzo Sardinia bags his goal and an assist. Gets himself a perfect 10.0 rating, earning himself probably the most clear man of the match you'll ever see. Dustin Vargas puts in a 7.6 performance for his squad before being subbed off. Right back, Diogo Ribeiro Lima bags 2 goals for himself in Porto's 3-0 win over Vesua and Benfica. Earns himself a Man of the Match award for a spectacular performance, like 100% tackles won. João Thomas and the Boavista U19 squad see a 3-0 win, with Thomas getting a goal, earning himself the Man of the Match after 97% of his passes being collected. Thomas took the pitch again against Salsene, getting himself his second goal, as well as a number of assists, getting himself his second Man of the Match award for this update. Tomas played a third game and put in a quieter performance at a 7.9 and 1 assist, but still earned himself his third Man of the Match. After a 4th game, Tomas got yet another goal and assist, adding a 4th match ball to his collection. We can only hope to see how bright this man's future is after stars like these. In the Slovak Super League, we see Spartak Trnava running away with things with a 4-point lead and a game to be played. Belarusian Premier League is coming to a close, with Bate being crowned champions with a 4-point lead. Kazma Dilidze put in a solid 7.9 rating and Naftan's 1-0 loss. Sletsk player Liam Froggen gave out 2 assists in a 2-1 win over This earned him a 7.8 matchday rating and a spot in the Belarusian team of the round. Over to the German Bundesliga, and Bayern is already running away with this, with a 8-point gap over Leipzig and Dortmund. Off to Bundesliga 2, and we see a battle of the top 3 between Eintracht Frankfurt, Paderborn, and Hanover. Playing for Frankfurt, we saw Geza Hatzi put in a solid performance, earning a 7.2 matchday rating. Bundesliga 3, and we see Kiel and Osnabrück are duking it out with a 1-point gap between them at the top. First goalkeeper of the video, Eddie Mullahans shut out Alehens with the second squad of Freiburg for a clean 2-0 win. Dortmund's U19 squad, Ethan Callaway had quality in front of goal, bagging himself a goal on 2 different occasions. Callaway kept up his quality performance, earning himself an assist in a 2-1 win against the Köln youth team. A third occasion, Callaway scored again, this time to draw up a game against the Schalke youth squad. Kaiserslaughter's youth setup, we saw Luca Robin Genio put in a defensive masterclass, as well as notching up an assist. Niklas Schureit bagging a goal was good enough for a draw in his own game against Leipzig's youth team. He then played again, this time putting Hansa Rostock against the ropes with a goal and an assist, earning himself that well-earned 3-1 win and that Man of the Match award that he so desires. Playing for Stuttgart's U19 squad, we witnessed Spelle Simmons get on the score sheet with an assist against Frankfurt. Came out again with even more quality, earned himself a goal along with an assist, grabbing that 2-2 draw against 1860 Munchen, a respectable 7.8 rating and a hard-earned Man of the Match award. Serbian Super League now, we have Savannah sweating over their top spot, second and third place could pull them down. In the 3F Superliga, it appears to be a top 2 battle and a war for the rest. Ekstraklasa Serskovia is nowhere near safe at the top, as only 1 point separates them in 4th place. Turkish Super League sees a deadlock between Fenerbahce and Başakşehir at 26 points. Over to the ever-popular English Premier League, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City duke it out for the top 3 spots. Just a tier below them, we see Luton Town marching for a comeback into the Prem, holding a 6-point lead. Ricky Reciba scored a goal for Birmingham with a 2-2 draw. Reciba scored once again in another 2-2 draw against Stoke, this time being the second for his team in the 23rd minute. From the Stoke side of things, Mark Sloan scored the first goal for his team in the 31st minute of this game. Sloan took to the pitch again against Sunderland, and while he was unable to score, he did put out a good performance for his losing side. Sloan made sure to make up for this loss, though, by putting in at least 1 assist against Fulham and a 8.1 worthy performance before being subbed off. This performance managed to get Sloan onto the Championship's Team of the Week. Sander Venkouter took to the field in Ipswich's 2-1 win over Millwall and put on a decent performance before being subbed off. Les Smith's Middlesbrough drew Sunderland 2-2, with Smith himself getting an assist before being pulled off. Smith once again got his name on the score sheet with an assist and was rewarded this time by a full 90 minutes of playing time. Preston North then played against Ipswich, with Thomas Turbando Opinto getting himself a goal. Goalkeeper George Williams held Coventry to a scoreless game in a 2-0 victory for Watford. Down a tier now to the Sky Bet League 1, we see Bristol City vying for the top spot. Brendan Merrick had a respectable performance, scoring a just decent 7.5 rating despite his 2-1 loss. There were celebrations for the Community League, however, as T-Tray bagged an assist in his performance for the Exeter side. Obi Van Kanobi played for Charlton in a 1-0 loss to Renning, but managed to hold his own and garnered his own reasonable 7.4. Tom Meyer, on loan from Leeds United, played from the right-back position, earned himself a 7.5 rating. Meyer took to the pitch again, and while his team struggled around him, he scored his team's only goal in their 3-1 loss to the Wycombe Bay Wanderers. We see a Stockport team here with 4 of our community players, but our primary focus will be on Adam Volkin, who scored a goal. In another Stockport game, we see Volkin once again score the team's only goal. Third Stockport game of the update, we see Stone struggle from the midfield as Volkin assists Corbin's goal in their third draw. This performance gave Volkin a spot onto the League 1 Team of the Week this time. League 2, York is holding a commanding lead, 5 points over Gullingham and Harrogate. Vanarama National League in Chesterfield holds a similar lead, though without the extra game to be played that York had. Down a tier and moving up north, Chester holds a 6-point lead over Boston United and Scarborough United, vying for that automatic promotion. Liam Cook scored the opening goal in a mere 3 minutes for Darlington in a 2-1 victory over Banbury. Deccan Kieran Spenny Moorside also saw a 2-1 victory, with theirs being over South Shields with an assist to put Kieran on the score sheet. Down south now, we see Chelmsford in a deadlock at 47 points with Southend. Maidstone United drew 1-1 with Ollie Sperling putting out a fabulous 8.1 matchday rating. This earned him the Player of the Match award, as well as earning him that really well coveted spot on the league's Team of the Week. Second round of the FA Cup saw many sides looking for a chance to face off. Wrexham and NK Dons moving on, while Bolton and Northamptons were knocked out. Ollie McGlennon, goalie for Ebbsfleet, held the Colchester attack down to shut them out and move his squad to the next round. Samuel Willems also helped his side Gillingham move on to the next round with an assist to get a 2-1 result over Walsall. Lincoln's 2-1 win over Notts County saw Tom Meyer back out, only putting in average performance, but also saw Kiss Dorga sub out and score the game-winning goal. Reading played South Shields with Rajikart putting in a decent performance from central midfield and Bradley Johnson giving out an assist. Arsenal U21 squad fielded 4 Community League players, with our focus being on Anelson Cardoso, who scored their goal. The Birmingham U21 squad put out a 1-1 draw against Derby County's youth setup, with Simone Lakaka getting an assist. Michael Finning's Bournemouth squad saw a complete 3-0 demolition with Spinning, scoring at least 1 assist and a goal. Chelsea fielded Michael Mensah, scoring both of his team's goal in the first 20 minutes of the game. Sean Jones and Jack Edwards both took to the pitch this update for Everton's U21 squad. Edwards scored a goal and Jones put in a good defensive performance. Middlesbrough fielded their U21 squad against Fulham, and we saw Sachs get an assist and a decent match rating. Crystal Palace youth game Farragher scored one of the team's 2 goals in a draw against Leeds United. Tottenham fielded 4 players as well. However, our focus will be on Sansa Undertale, who picked up an injury, and Jackson Watson, who scored the only goal of the game. West Ham fielded Leo Johns, who earned himself an assist, while Yahamis played as well, earning himself an injury. Nathan Myers earned a respectable 7.0 matchday rating and a well-rounded performance, while Bob Bobkins scored 1 of 2 goals from the right wing. Despite being subbed off, Bobkins saw himself earn the Player of the Match award. Bobkins and Myers took the pitch again, this time with Myers getting himself on the score sheet with an assist. Not to be outdone by Bobkins, of course, Myers garnered himself a Player of the Match award to equal his attacking counterpart. Bobkins took to the pitch a 3rd time. In this game, he scored a goal and created a chance for his teammates to score the other in their 2-1 win over Sunderland's U18 squad. This gave him his 2nd match ball of the update. 4th outing saw Bobkins once again on the score sheet multiple times, creating chances for his team and earning more assists, while also being sure to get a goal from himself. Bobkins obviously took every minute he could as he stepped out for a 5th time, could do nothing wrong this game, getting more assists and without missing any chances to give himself more goals to his already stunning record. Stefano Rossi took to the field, put himself on the score sheet with an assist in a 1-1 draw against Blackpool United. Leo Johns took to the pitch again this update, this time for West Ham's U18 squad as he put his name on the score sheet through his creativity. Gregor Pastor's Birmingham U squad is shut down and shut out Bournemouth's U18 squad as they cruised by in a 2-0. John Jameson helped his team in a solo performance over AFC Studbury with a 1-0 victory despite playing a man down. Swansea City U18 fielded George Edwards, who picked up an assist before being subbed off in his 3-1 victory. Pricey Boy made attention be drawn to his tag as he created a goal for a Sunderland U squad in their 2-1 win over the Wolves. In a match to be forgotten, we saw Ryan Balls create an assist a bit too late in a 2-1 loss to West Ham. Tottenham took to the field again, and this time we saw Maduka and Balls put their names on the score sheet in a 2-0 win over Coventry. Chelsea's Yadi Kraft and Michael Mensah failed to score more than 1 goal between the 2 of them. And the Everton youth squad had more success in the attack as Rainman scored himself a brace. In a 3-0 thrashing of Forest Green's youth squad, Alexander made sure to get himself a goal in the early minutes of the game. Finn Harris's Leighton Orient had similar success as he saw one of his passes be turned into a goal. Benjamin Monroe scored a goal and watched his team crumple around him with 4 separate injuries alongside Han Azmi. Thankfully, it was only a minor injury as we saw him come out to play a week later and score a goal. Both Azmi and Monroe took to the pitch a 3rd time, with Monroe scoring a goal, but neither of them doing anything out of the ordinary. Luton Town fielded Luke Pillsbury and Fake Pele, with neither of them doing exceptional in that game. Both players took to the pitch again, this time with Pele scoring an equalizer in a 1-1 draw. Robert Suh scored a goal from right back in a 2-0 win over Charlton, rounding out his extraordinary performance. This gave Suh Man of the Match award as he walks away proud of what he was able to do, both defensively and offensively. Moke Kikokin and Mansfield U18 shut down and shut out Chesterfield's youth team. Connor Tunian stepped in the midfield for Newcastle's 2-2 draw, even managed to notch up an assist. Cardiff City's U18 squad saw Ash Daniel earn an assist of his own from the midfield, as well as put in solid work for their team in the 2-0 definition. Daniel took the field again and earned an assist and a goal from the midfield in what can only be described as an exceptional display of his ability. This earned the 16-year-old a match ball and a few more eyes watching his development as he slowly gets older. On the receiving end of this thrashing was Nigel Farragut, who managed to put in a decent performance. Farragut made sure to make up for the result, however, by giving it out an assist in his team's 2-1 win over Tottenham. Played a third time this update, made sure to score his penalty to help his team work past an aggressive Aston Villa. This performance, which was nothing short of superb, earned the 15-year-old a Man of the Match award and place on many team shortlists. Off to Italy now, where we can see Inter Milan and AC Milan fighting at the top with only 4 points separating them. Palermo fielded Roberto Denardo, and we're not disappointed when he scored an early second-half equalizer. Down a tier into the Serie B, and only a point separates Spezia and Verona. Sassuolo's youth team fielded a young Sebastian Ferrant, who could hardly put a foot out of place as he scored his own equalizer against Fiorentina's U20. On the other end of that matchup, we saw Bernard Tremonti put in an average attacking performance. Tremonti, for his dribbling prowess, earned the match ball from that game and makes it clear that he is vying for a top spot. He only makes his chances better as he puts out another well-received performance, earning himself a 7.7. AC Milan's youth team saw Ayaz Conradi bag an assist from the striker position, and Mo Spaghetti play from central midfield. Roma fielded 3 of our players, with Biggest Dick spearheading an attack, while Romila Silva and Juan Zanetti locked down the midfield and defense. Palermo saw their youth team draw 2-2, and Mateo Santos put in work to help save a draw and a point. This effort did not go unrecognized as his key dribbling abilities and assist earned him a Player of the Match award. The Swedish Allsvenskan, we see the league come to a close with AF Elfsborg being crowned champions. The Ligue 1 sees only a repeat of PSG's dominance as they hold a 9-point lead over Marseille and Montpellier. Lille center back Jalen Hunt put in a solid performance defensively, which is good enough for a 1-1 draw against FC Nantes. Zaha Bar and Monaco put Lyon to the sword with a 3-0 win, with Bar making sure to get a goal for himself very early on. Thomas Turbando put in a good performance for Rennes in their 1-0 win over Strasbourg, but the talking point was goalkeeper Mateusz Domangalski's ability to keep the game in his favor despite facing 6 shots on target. This, of course, puts him into the Man of the Match and as well on the Team of the Week. Down to Ligue 2, and FC Lorient hold a 7-point lead over Paris FC in Bordeaux. Stade Laval's Luke Tidbury put in an assist to help his team to get a 2-2 draw before being subbed off. The Coup de France is entering its 8th round, and notable names such as Bordeaux, Paris FC, and Angers are still fighting for their silverware. Tidbury did all he could, scoring a penalty in the 24th minute and then again after 120, but could do nothing to prevent his team from being knocked out of the competition. Wilmore and Cahen fared better in this competition as they held a clean sheet. Only 3 shots through the mid-90 minutes. Moore's 2 saves and 71% pass completion is the reason he got this Man of the Match award. PSG's Caleb Smith made sure to put his name on the score sheet as he bagged a goal, an assist, and a 9.2 matchday rating. This, of course, gives him the matchday ball, and he could do nothing wrong all game. And we're off to the Austrian Bundesliga, and Salzburg and SK Rapid seem to be stealing the show with 7 points separating them and 3rd place. Romanian Superliga, Sepsi OSKI and FCSB have only 1 point separating them at 1st and 2nd. The Czech Fortuna Liga sees a tie at the top between Slavia and Sparta Prague, with both having 3 points over 3rd place's Lyn. The Cinch Premiership sees Celtic rattling the competition with a 6-point lead over Rangers, with a game in hand. Hearts center midfielder Chal showed grit in their 1-1 draw to the Rangers, assisting a 54-minute equalizer. Yurda Selisavan from Aberdeen put in a good shift for his squad, putting an exceptional 7.8 rating in their 1-0 win. Dundee United field 2 community players, with Pierce Flannery doing nothing wrong in his performance. He won out 6 tackles and made a number of key passes. The young fullback earned his own man of the match, throwing himself front and center along with the best in Scotland for the team of the week. Scottish Cup rages into its 3rd round with a notable result coming from Patrick Thistle. This game saw a clean sheet from Daniel Austin, who held on to the early lead with his wings, able to hand it to him. Elsewhere, we see St. Johnstone reserve keeper Andrew Ballantyne do something similar, holding on to the 1-0 lead. This performance gave this keeper, along with his exceptional passing, a man of the match award. Midfielder Toaster Thief played for Celtic's U18 squad, scoring an assist before being subbed off in his 3-0 win. Not to be outdone, Jamie Chalmers picked up his own assist in his own game against the Rangers. Chalmers stepped back out again, earning a 2nd assist and a 3-1 over Partick Thistle. Kenmore could do no wrong in his own 2-0 win over Inverness CT setup, getting 2 assists. This, along with his perfect passing record, earned him the Man of the Match award. Moore stepped out again and bagged another assist before being subbed off against St. Mirren. 17-year-old, keeping his perfect passing, snagged a 2nd match ball this update. At Hungary's OTP Bangaliga, Ferencváros holds a 4-point lead over 2nd place. Swiss Super League has a similar look, with the young boys up by 3 ahead of Zurich and a chance to grow with an extra game waiting to be played. Zurich midfielder Farhat Musakir played in his U19 squad, scoring a goal and drawing 2-2. Musakir got on the score sheet again, bagging an assist and a 1-1 draw. Musakir can look past the lack of a result, however, with a 91% pass completion, helping earn his match of the week. The Belgian Jupiler League is in full force, with Club Brugge holding an 8-point lead over Anderlecht. Down a tier, the Challenger Pro League is only slightly more competitive, with Cercle Brugge up by 6 over Dender EH. Strand DF scored a goal on the first half of his game against a hunk in U18 squad. Yves St. Napoli bagged himself an assist against the Eupen U18 and helped the squad win 2-1. St. Napoli could do nothing wrong, and the crowd seemed to agree as they awarded him the man of the match for his exceptional and creative performance. Norwegian Eliteserien is come to a close, with Haugesund being crowned champions. Bradley Bob put his foot and body in all the right places as he bagged himself a goal and assist in what can only be described as a beautiful performance. This, with his 39 completed passes, could hardly be outdone and was rewarded with a man of the match and an appearance in the team of the week. Bob came back out to the pitch again and looked to outdo himself with another goal and 2 assists. This gives the 23-year-old a nice and easy 2nd match ball this update, as well as a 2nd appearance in the team of the week, recognizing his prolificacy. Dude, I wrote that down and I still can't say it. Bob was named this month's player of the league after 3 games, bagging a goal contribution every 54 minutes this month. The Champions League is heating up, with the league phase finishing its 5th game. Real Madrid hold the pole. Arsenal lost 2-1 to Barcelona, but Nick Zvan can hold his head high as he came off the bench and brought the game back by 1. Another super sub-like performance from Shoto Torogi, who brought in the heat with an assist in a 2-2 draw. Europa League is a little bit more competitive as 2 teams hold the pole position at 15 points. Peter Hayek played against Sporting as he managed to salvage a draw with a 77th minute goal to bring the game 1-1. Sahabar brought Monaco ahead of Sturm Graz with a 52nd minute goal and managed to hold on to the lead for a 2-1 victory. Pjanic Isco held the Spurs up to a nice clean sheet as his team cruised easily to a 3-0 win. Aston Villa earned their pole position as Axeli Martinen scored the only goal of the game. Off to the Conference League, and 2 teams hold themselves to perfection while other teams have either lost or drawn at least once. Hearts midfielder Chow secured a brace to help his team continue their campaign. In the Youth League, Arsenal's U18 squad shut out Stuttgart, with Rico Ionan only having to face 2 shots on target. Ajax Oriel King did nothing extraordinary before being subbed off, and Timo Elstar, who scored an assist in a second in the first half before coming off. Despite his limited minutes, the young midfielder was given man of the match. Atletico Madrid's youth squad drew Marseille's, with Alexis Aslinar scoring a 34-minute goal. Liverpool's youth squad saw a large number of community players, including Han Azmi, who got himself a brace of penalties and his man of the match award. Eyes drifted to the backline of the Man United U18 match as Bob Bobkins scored a goal from the right and Henrik Pettersson scored one from the backline. Man of the match couldn't be given to everybody though, and Pettersson takes this one home as a Center back scoring a goal is not very common. Man United took to the field again, with Patterson playing and Bobkin scoring from the front and right this time earning him the man of the match after his exceptional dribble performance. Michael Mensah made sure it was good news on his trip as he scores a goal to take home a 2-1 lead over Leipzig. Manchester City suffered a 2-3 defeat despite the best efforts of centre-back Long John Stones. Everton's Sean Jones held on the best he could and managed to control the game into a 1-1 draw, in parts thanks to Jack Edwards' 67-minute penalty. Benjamin and Monroe and Snoopy put in some good performances from Liverpool's U21 squad, with one getting an assist and the other getting a goal. Leeds United field San Andreas as right back, and unlike his California counterpart, he saw no fault as he made an assist for a striker. San Andreas, of course, brings home the Man of the Match award for that performance. African Cup of Nations saw its fourth qualifying game be played, with Nigeria already qualifying as well as Algeria. South Africa's game against Libya saw Tom Woods put salt in the wound and round out a 3-0 victory after a sub. Uganda's Tyrese Geese scored his team's only goal in a 3-1 loss to Benin before he was subbed off. Khalil Hijazi scored a goal and an assist in Egypt's 4-0 rout of Niger. He could do no wrong, completing all his passes on his way to pass himself the Man of the Match award. Chris Dorga scored both of his goals to make sure his team and country walked away with at least a point against Tanzania. This helped him walk off with his own Man of the Match award. Asian World Cup qualifiers hit their midpoint of the third round, with Australia nigh untouchable in his group, and Iran being dead even with Iraq. India fielded 2 community players, with Shamrock putting in a decent shift before being subbed off, and Cantavia Goli getting an assist from the midfield. CONCACAF Nations League has rounded out its quarterfinals, with the United States completely dominating Panama and Canada cruising past Jamaica. US saw ISCO keep a clean sheet over Panama, but Donald Trump did what his assassins could not and managed to put a shot on target. ISCO was named Man of the Match despite Trump's heroics, completing 93% of his passes. In the return fixture, the US made an example of the Panama side as they only let ISCO face 1 shot on target before they put 8 of their own. CONMEBOL World Cup qualifiers are off to a flying start, with Brazil and Argentina taking hold of the top 2 spots. Chile-Uruguay match was marred with a series of injuries, with Uruguayan super sub Matias Lescano holding the Chilean squad to a 1-1 draw with a goal in the 90th minute. UEFA's Nations League is rounding out its group stage. Portugal and Germany guaranteeing their qualification. B-League saw England and Turkey all gain promotion to the next tier. Czech squad saw Hayek ensure a victory over Slovenia with a goal and assist. Greece fielded Dimitris Bezas, who helped his team get a lead, but was unable to hold on and was forced to settle for a 1-1 draw. Willie Stroker put in a decent performance up front before being subbed off, and Thomas Tarbando Abinto gave an assist from the defensive mid. Down another tier, we see Slovakia, Sweden, Luxembourg, and Belarus all promoted to the next tier. Sweden fielded Nick Sven, who put in a brace of goals before being subbed off. Sven's brace, an exceptional amount of shots on target, gave him the match ball at the end of the game. The final tier saw Malta and Moldova climb to the next tier, while San Marino continued its winless streak by adding 4 to it. This winless run was not without its goals, however, as Richard Smalls was able to find his shot in the back of the net in the 28th minute. Dennis Clarkson put in a shift at right back for Liechtenstein, in which he gave an assist and a solid performance to shut out the struggling Gibraltar. Malton keeper Nathan Bonello stopped all attempts from the San Marinese attack in a performance worthy of its own shutout. After saving the only shot that came his way, Bonello walked home with his Man of the Match award, despite having only completed half of his passes. Cyprus fielded Rico Iona, who also had a shutout with his being against Liechtenstein. Took to the field again against Moldova and held a second clean sheet for his nation during the international break. This second clean sheet was enough for people to recognize him with his Man of the Match award, as he made all of his passes and saved shot 4 from entering the net. In a friendly between Singapore and Bhutan, Sanjeev Serenov scored a goal from up front. Singapore had another friendly, this time against Turkmenistan, which saw Simon Wong hold down the fort with only 10 men in a 1-0 victory. International break was not just for the seniors. The Scottish U21 side had Aaron Gray put in a good performance in a 2-0 win. Hungary's youth squad fielded Eric Gardoni, who made sure it was not a wasted chance. Alessia made sure to put his name on the score sheet in the 61st minute in a 2-0 victory over the German side. Long John Stone suffered a 2-1 defeat to Romania despite putting in a good performance from center back. US youth team made sure to mirror the senior squad success with a 4-0 win over South Africa. Victory included a good performance from Yaya Swag. Timo Elstar was subbed on by the Netherlands youth squad, and he made sure they didn't regret it with an assist to help clean up a 3-0 win. English U18's team also saw some horrible defeats, but not without Isaac Webb first getting an assist. Thank you for watching the Football Manager Community League. How'd your player do? What about your team? Let us know in the comment section down below.